Please welcome to the stage, Homer Shadowheart, ladies and gentlemen.
How you guys doing tonight? As Vinny said, my name is Homer Shadowheart. I am an Indian that's dancing with wolves, not Slumdog Millionaire. Ladies, the other red meat. As at work one time, this woman slams the phone down. She was really mad. She yells, "That is it, I've had it. I don't think you should be allowed to do business in this country if you can't speak the language." I got a little excited. I jumped up and I said, "Damn right. You can't speak Iroquois. You need to get the hell out." Been doing this for a living ever since. But you know, at the last census report, there were only 4 million American Indians left. I mean, as a matter of comparison, the number of homosexuals in this country outnumber us 6.25 to 1. Yeah, the weird part about that is they don't even breed. But it would explain why people say things that are, well, honestly, stupid to me a lot. Long time ago, I was working at a mall, and I'm standing out in front of the tobacco store. This girl runs up to me. She's probably 19 or 20 years old. She goes, "Excuse me, are you an Indian?" And I stood up a little taller because I thought I was going to get laid. And I said, "Yes, I am." She goes, "What branch?" "Executive?" You know, a better way to ask that would have been nation or tribe. And she goes, "Oh, tribe, are you from India? Or are you from Cleveland?" I'm running a cash register. This mother and her little girl's maybe 10 years old. Little girl looks up at me, these big innocent eyes, and she goes, "Excuse me, sir, did you used to be an Indian?" "Honey, I'm still breathing. I'm pretty sure I still am." Her mom, without missing a beat, goes, "Honey, they're all on reservations." "Yes, that's right, dear. They let us out on the weekends so we can earn money to buy boomsticks and firewater." The one I am probably most embarrassed by, though, I used to have really long hair. I was cutting a traditional mohawk, and I'm pumping gas one day. The wind kind of blows it back. From the other side of the pump, I hear this guy go, "Hey, Tono, what tribe?" So I look around the pump at the black gentleman standing there. I said, "Susquehanna Iroquois. Hey, Kunta, what tribe?" He did not find that funny. There was a fight, the police get there, they're confused. Two minorities going at it, they didn't know who they were supposed to shoot, who they were supposed to beat the hell out of. We were both really thankful when that Puerto Rican showed up. So you guys know this, right? Last year, the government bought Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, the nation's largest home lenders. Yeah, for all intent and purposes, the federal government now owns your homes. Hope that works out better for you. I've noticed in my life, if you ever see an Indian in a movie, they always speak in these deep and profound statements. You will never hear an Indian in a movie go, "Oh, look, it's snowing." It's got to be something like, "Because of the atrocities of the white man, the Great Spirit's heart has grown so cold. His tears are freezing as they fall to earth." Really? Because I gotta tell you, growing up, if something got broken in the house, my mom didn't spit out, "Even the bear is punished by the stings of the beast for breaking the hive." Oh no, what we got was, "Which one of you little bastards broke my Winnie the Pooh cookie jar?" And that was scary because my parents are spankers. And I know, I disagree with all these so-called experts that say spanking is wrong. I think it teaches you there are consequences to your actions. Like if you're a kid, thank you. If you're a kid and you build a campfire, you're good. You push your brother into that fire, you're getting a spanking. That's the consequence. And it just changes as you get older. Like as a kid, if you push your little sister off her bike, you get a spanking. As an adult, you go to a bar and push over a row of Harleys, you get your ass kicked. That's your consequence. As a kid, if you moon the neighbors, you get a spanking. As an adult, if you email a picture of your ass to everybody in the office, you get fired. That's the consequence. As a kid, if you pee on your brother, now in my defense, I had to put out that fire somehow. You get a spanking. As an adult, if you pee on a cop, you're going to jail. That's the consequence with an amazingly high bail. So, by applause, how many people here honestly know that November is National Native American Heritage Month? Wow, like 3 people. That's awesome. People are actually finding out about it, though. It's kind of cool. I didn't know my neighbors knew about it, but last November 1st, they came over and threw me out of my house. Not sure they really understood the spirit of which the month was named. It is a little, disheartening, though, that they gave us the month with Thanksgiving in it. Or as we like to call it, what the hell were we thinking, Dave? Sorry, a little bit. It's just water. I gave up alcohol for the Native American version of Lent. It's called AA. Play Mythbusters for you guys. How? Really not agreeing. When Columbus landed, my ancestors were simply saying, how long are y'all staying? Still waiting for an answer. I mean, come on. Let's be honest. It would have been really nice if you could have at least made reservation. Never mind. I appreciate you guys applauding and everything. I've had kind of a rough week. I found out today that I lost a custody battle with my ex. And yeah, I got to see my little girl for the last time today. And she knew I was sad. And she's trying to make me feel better. And she told me a joke and she made me promise that I would tell it tonight. So if you guys will bear with me, I'm going to try and get through this. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow. Yes, yes, meow. Thank you. I thought it was extremely discriminatory against mice, but she made me promise, so I had. So 2006 was probably the worst year of my life so far. On my birthday, I was diagnosed with stage 4 bladder cancer. 4 days before Christmas, my wife left. Yeah, I gotta tell you, the Christmas gift, a hell of a lot better than the birthday present. Before she left, we were sitting down and talking, and she said probably the meanest thing anyone has ever said to me. She said, I'm sorry, I just don't want to sit around and watch you die. It's like, whoa, that is extremely unfair. I really didn't want to sit around and watch you get fat, but I stuck with you pound for pound. About the time I was diagnosed, she told me she was bi. It wasn't until Christmas I realized she meant poor. She's been talking recently, though, about getting back together, rekindling the romance, and that's just not going to happen. Yeah. I'm sorry, when she left, it was like she gave me my freedom. And if she were to come back, she'd be taking that back, of course. And I mean, there's a name for people who give you things and then take it back, but that's really not important. She drunk dialed me a few months back. It's 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. I pick up the phone. She's crying. Why do you have to be dying? I said, well, because God hates me, and unlike you, He has a sense of commitment. Now, I'm basically telling you about my life up here. And I've been doing that story since my wife left. After a show one time, this girl comes up to me, and she goes, excuse me, Homer, can I have a minute of your time? And I stood up a little taller because I thought I was going to get late. I said, absolutely. She said, God told me to come talk to you. Oh my gosh. She said, do you really believe God hates you? I said, I am positive you talking to me right now is proof of that. She said, but do you know God? I said, well, not personally, but I have seen some excellent CAT scan films of his work. She said, but you know God? I said, wait just a second, hold on, please. Before you go any further, no offense, but I'm not a Christian. I'm an Indian, I'm on a native path. And you know, it says that I will be known by many names and others will hear my voice. And she goes, oh, that is beautiful. What's that from? I said, the Bible? You know, it's just my luck, though, that I get somebody trying to lead me to God who's never even bothered to look at the road map. That guy needs to get cut off. So every comedian wants to write that one joke, that one bit that makes them a superstar. You know, their signature joke. The one that makes them a Seinfeld or a Jeff Osgay or a Jeff Foxworthy. And I think I finally gotten mine. So here we go. If you've been moved off your land by people claiming to have discovered a country where your ancestors have lived for centuries, you might be a redskin. If a good number of your ancestors died as a result of murder or smallpox, you might be a redskin. If you get offended as an African American hearing the N-word every time you hear the name of the NFL team in our nation's capital, you might be, oh, wait, never mind. So I am dating. The girl I'm currently dating has her motorcycle license, but doesn't own a bike. One of her Harley friends was like, so you're going to be borrowing some rice burner this summer? And she said, nope, all summer long I'm going to be riding an Indian. I was pretty happy about that until about a week ago, when she called me and said, Homer, I don't think I'm good enough for you. Like, really? Are you even trying? Because I have got extremely low standards. Pretty much if you're unmarried and breathing, we're good. And I gotta be honest, I am not really stuck on that breathing thing. But, guys, do you remember when you were younger in high school and you had to meet a girl's dad for the first time, how nervous and awkward that was? Yeah, at my age, I've got something that's like 1,000,000 times worse. Meeting her kid. Yeah, I can never meet the woman who's given birth to the captain of the chess team and the president of the comic book club. No, I get the woman whose son is being recruited as a linebacker by Penn State. Or he's going into the Navy SEALs. This last girl, her kid was a boxer, training to be in the UFC. Meeting him wasn't really that bad, though. I came out of her bedroom one morning, I'm wearing her robe and panties, and I stared directly into his abdomen. He's 6'3", a solid sheet of muscle. I'm like, hey, wow, you must be Jenny's boy. Yeah, I got here really early so your mom and I could go to church. As a matter of fact, we're in the middle of a game of Bible trivia. Do you know where your mom keeps the Vaseline? I'm going to take by that silence and clench fist. That's a no. Well, you know, it was great to meet you, but God, look at the time. You've probably got to get to school. I slammed the bedroom door and locked it behind me. I looked at her and I said, hey, I just met your son. And yeah, no, I really didn't even go for the Vaseline. I want this to be as uncomfortable for you as that just was for me. The girl that I dated prior to that was 20 years younger than me. Yeah, before anybody thinks they saw me on Dateline, she was 23. Sex with her was like a marathon, though. It was the only time in my life I wanted another person involved in the sex act, but just to give me water and bananas every 5 or 6 minutes. On our first date, she tells me, you know, I have got a really strict rule that I will not fart in front of somebody unless I've known them at least 3 months. great. I don't like lima beans. A couple nights later, we're in bed, and I'm licking the kitty. And she proceeds to break her own rule. And I'm not talking like a queen, I mean like a window rattling breaking of her own rule. Yeah, I'm sorry, at that point, it became a lot like eating at McDonald's and watching somebody throw up. You're like, you know what, I'm already into the meal, I may as well finish. At one point, she asked if I wanted to go play DDR. And I gotta tell you guys, I was not into Dungeons & Dragons as a kid, but I thought maybe Dungeons & Dragons Revisited would be better somehow. Not at all what she meant. I wholeheartedly believe that the Dance Dance Revolution machine should have a warning sign on it that says if you're over the age of 35, you must have major medical before attempting this game. After 10 minutes, all I got was chest pains and 3 days of rain. So, in my 40-some years of being on this planet, I've been a juvenile diabetic, I've been blind, I've been paralyzed, I've had a double organ transplant, I have flatline, I have cancer, I've fallen down a marble staircase breaking 15 bones and causing my brain to bleed, and I had a semi run over the car I was driving. Yeah, I suck at dying. You guys have been awesome. My name is